They did a personality piece on Samoa Joe. Remember, we were talking about it on the Drive-Thru, how you can do a personality piece like Magnum TA riding the motorcycle through the streets of Atlanta, or the Rock and Roll Express out grabbing girls on the ass next to the fucking jukebox, or whatever the case, but that it was kind of out of place for Adam Edge Copeland to bother before he's saving his friend from a kicking to drive through the streets of the town in a muscle car on a video on the screen, right? Didn't exactly impart a sense of urgency. Maybe a good clip, not the timing. This was a good one. They even the blind guy whacks the pinata every once in a while, right? He's sitting there dressed up. He's got the whiskey and the cigar. He's talking like an adult man. He looks like a badass. They've got highlights of him, in MJF doing their thing, over the top of it. He's a good promo, and maybe the thing with MJF isn't over because he's still talking about MJF. You got my respect, but I'll be back. And he went the line he went home with. He'd been talking about champions, and people who want to be champions need to be hungry. And he knows what hunger is like. And then he ended up saying, whenever I'm hungry, I always manage to be fed. And how did the WWE drop the ball on him? I'm trying to figure out, because he's the best heel in the fucking company.
Well, when you say those words in WWE, whenever I get hungry, I need to be fed, they say, go on a diet.
But no, Samoa Joe is he's the only heel in this company, isn't he? That's really can talk and work and carries it off and is never funny or silly or stupid.
I do think sometimes he's it's a little too performy at times, certain words or mannerisms, but overall I agree with you. But what about Christian Cage?
Okay, I'm sorry, I forgot about Christian. So Christian Cage and Samoa Joe are the top two heels in the company because they're the only ones that actually act like it.
And Don Callis, he's another one of the top heels because technically he is a bigger heel than anyone in his stable, right?
Well, he's acting like it. God damn, it's still, he's trying to do the old manager shit, but he doesn't know when to do it because he came right after that era. He was a fan during that era. Did you notice when they're beating the shit out of Kenny, after he'd hit him with the chair and everything, he goes back over and kicks him and then sells like he hurt his foot kicking Kenny in his fucking chest. There's not even any bone there. The heel manager sells his foot when the team has lost or his guy has lost and he's pitching a fit in the middle of the ring after the babyface has already gone to what we used to call get your heat back. Make the people forget about you losing because the manager kicks the turnbuckle in frustration and then hops and hurts his foot. I've done that. Everybody's done that. Different context, different timing. When you're doing a serious heat angle where you've just hit a guy over the head with a fucking chair, you don't then show the fans that you hurt your foot by kicking the babyface because that makes the fans want to laugh at you, and that's not the response you're going for. They're all doing shit they've seen on fucking television. But even guys who've been around the business for 25 years don't know how to fucking apply it.
You did it great at the Night of Legends after you guys lost the match to the Thrill Seekers. The Heavenly Bodies lost to the Thrill Seekers. Yeah. You kicked the corner a bunch of times real fast. You were obviously mad. And then you turn around and you immediately can't take a step.
Yeah, and then I was, oh shit, what have I done?
Yeah.
And because again, that's why Dusty had me take the bump off the scaffold, because the Road Warriors have to win. The Midnight Express got beat, but he didn't want the people to remember the Midnight Express got beat. He wanted the people to remember that the Road Warriors won and Cornette took the bump. And that's what everybody remembers, because that's the way it works. And then you help save the guys that did the job for you by giving them a little out and putting the attention elsewhere, getting the heat back, whatever.
Well, we'll see what happens with Samoa Joe.